from over there and
Yeah,
in the
way over on the other
boondocks.
side of the county.
How long have you been on the board?
I was thinking that's about sandstone too.
Are you?
Yeah, like,
I'm not sure everybody has the same stuff in there. Some people have like.
New to me.
yeah,
Newer, older than I am.
yeah,
This is my first one.
yeah. I still feel like I.
His is already in his. Because these are the new bylaws. And so these were already. I try to be. Sometimes I'm a little behind.
Does everybody kind of help each other?
Yeah, yeah.
I better quit bragging, there'll be something else I forgot to do. Yeah, that's easier. That's easier. That's too long, I agree.
Yeah, this is my third meeting.
Right, and then my son
Yeah.
down
Very-
there.
6:15.
Yeah, so
Yeah, let's go with that.
it's a lot.
Yeah, as long as you like the library and you want to do that.
So I call the meeting to order. Let's begin with roll call. Can you hear me, Becky?
I can hear you.
Okay, would you do roll call, please?
Heather,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
Claire,
Here.
Rhonda,
Here.
Patty,
Here.
Goldie,
Here.
Dan,
Here.
Carlin,
Harlan
Jane.
is not here.
Jane's here.
okay,
Okay.
and Becky here.
Okay. Thank you. All right, let's start with public comments. Well, first, we have a visitor. Yes.
Just Dan's wife,
What?
Meg.
What?
I'm Dan's wife, Meg.
Well,
I
welcome.
do not have any comments, except that I'm glad to be here.
Okay, well, welcome. Well, welcome.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah. Okay, Lauren, we'll let you make your public comment.
Sure, I'll come up here so you can all see. I was gonna tell you guys a little bit about what we've been doing since I started. It's been almost a year since I started here at NOM. We've been fully staffed since the end of March. So since then, we've all been putting in a lot of effort with our programming and outreach. So I left myself a couple of notes here to tell you guys about different events that we've been doing with the community and the ways that we've been getting out into the community and bringing them to us. We have been testing a lot of different times and times of day for our programs. We have gone through a couple seasons here, and we've tried just about every time we can think of to see what is actually working for our community. We've also been asking lots of different homeschooling groups and just the patrons that we see in here, sharing things through Facebook groups, looking on the chamber websites for events, just looking at different calendars to see what's happening that might interfere with our programming. So we're trying to do things that don't interfere with other people's programs. We don't want to do something on the same day as a big community event. So we're trying to really be a part of the community, but not interfere with anyone else's programs too. We're trying to make sure that all of our programs are fun, engaging, new, original things. We're trying to not repeat things we've done recently, but we also want them to be able to take something away with them, whether it's physical or whether they've learned something. As far as outreach, we've not just been partnering with events here, but we've also been attending the open air market. I put a lot of these things in my board reports, so I'm sure most of you have read about them already. But just as a reminder, we've gone to the open air market every time that we could. It's a seasonal event, so they do it in the summer and fall. We've had lots of different school visits. We're at walking distance from our elementary and middle school. We had, I think it was 7 or 8 different grade levels come visit us this summer. We still have our reading club over at the middle school who does come for walking visits to some of our programs still. We've been doing community partnership events seasonally too, as often as we can. Let's see what else we've been doing. When we are part of Parents and Teachers now, it's been great coming to those meetings. They've just started that back up again. It's very nice of them to invite us there. We're setting up school visits during lunches so we can reach some of those teens that are old enough to make their own cards and hand out promotional materials and kind of introduce ourselves to those that can't yet. We're also setting up school visits for next school year to come and do read alouds to our elementary students. Just any way that we can think of to get out and participate in their events. We went to all the back to school events. We went to the Air Force Base back to school events. And then ways that we can get them in here too. So we're participating in the cookie stroll that they do annually in December. It's kind of like a bingo card where you go around and try and get to all the different local businesses and decorating your window competitions. So but we're just really trying to let everyone in the community know that we're here and what we have to offer. And I don't ever want to hear, I didn't know there was a library in Manchester anymore. So we have all been putting in a lot of effort to share our resources with the community.
What's your best attended, like, weekly event that you do?
Or do you have a specific age group or just like?
Just in general, like, just eyeballing it, yeah.
I think story time is consistently popular.
Yeah.
There are always a lot of 0 to 5 kids
Yeah.
in the area, and we have a lot of people from the base that come too. They started doing theirs a little bit later than ours, so people can actually attend both now.
Oh, cool.
We do have some that'll rush out of here and go to theirs, and we're truly trying to work with them too instead of compete with each other, and that's been great. So story time is probably our most popular. Lego League has been very popular too. We do a lot of early out programming since they get out at 2 on Wednesdays. So it's kind of like a 2 to 4 little drop-in session where they can come and build and do some challenges with other kids. So it's been pretty popular.
That's a great service to have your timing there when the schools get out early. That really is.
That was one of the things that we learned. We also learned that doing programs for 0 to 5 before 11:30 when school starts doesn't work for most people because they're attending preschool and daycare. So during the summer, the earlier 10 o'clock works, but we learned don't do that after July. That doesn't work anymore. So there's been a lot of little tidbits that have been extremely helpful for planning our programs. One of my favorite things I learned was doing things in the bigger times like that, the 2 to 4, instead of saying it starts at 2, people feel awkward, like they're going to be late, or they don't know exactly how long it's going to run, and they don't want to show up, and it's not happening anymore. So instead of making anyone feel awkward, the larger time slot has been working, and people can drop in when it's actually convenient for them. And the early outs, it's been one of the programs that we've been doing those 2 to 4 sessions. It's been fun.
Well done. Yeah, well done.
All right, I tried to spew everything I have.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Okay, the first item on our agenda is the consent agenda. Any questions before we your motion?
And I fix that.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to accept the consent agenda. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, I'll remember to wait. Okay, thank you, Becky. That was all ayes. Okay, motion carried. There's no unfinished business. Under new business, the first item is our Director Evaluation Committee update. Who's doing that? Is Becky doing that? Becky or Claire, or who's doing it?
Becky.
Becky.
Yeah.
Okay. You're on, Becky.
Okay, I didn't know if one of them would want to speak. We met and went over the surveys that we had used in the past and decided they were maybe a little bit lengthy. There's a couple of questions that are basically the same. So we just kind of went through those, compared with the samples that had been sent via email, and just tried to align a little bit with that as well. So our staff survey went from 30 questions, like where they're rating, and then 6 long form questions to 17 rating questions and 3 long form questions. And the other ones are similar. So basically the staff survey then is also the self-evaluation survey, just with a couple different long form questions at the end. And then the board survey is the one that's a little more in-depth, has some more legal, financial, back-end type questions. But we still went from 38 questions down to 25 and 5 long form questions down to 3. And we still think we covered everything we needed to.
Okay, sounds okay. Anybody have any questions for them, or Becky, or the committee?
So I think we're gonna do the same as last year, with send out the emails. Becky, you're gonna send out the email to the managers or however they're gonna do to send them out.
Yes. Yeah. The branch managers distribute to their staff. And then I will also attach like a PDF version in case they have anybody who would like to complete it on paper.
Yeah, and we just went over the whole evaluation process, so they know that mine will be coming soon, so.
When are you planning to send those out?
I believe it is the end of next week, the 28th. I don't
Okay.
have the form in front of me, but we went with like a weekend, a whole week, and then another weekend. So it's like that following Monday, December, I don't know what that is, maybe the 8th or. So it gives them a long time, so they're able to find time to do it.
Okay. Any other questions? Anything else?
I do have a question. Well, roughly, do you remember what the completion rate was of people that it was sent to that actually filled it out?
I don't know how many people it went to. I can tell you how many completed it, if that helps.
Well, maybe this year we could look at that to make sure that we're getting,
We're getting more responses.
and maybe do a reminder.
I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
part of the reason why we cut it down.
Yeah, that makes sense. And maybe do a reminder in that
Yeah.
time frame.
No, that's a great
So that
idea.
people
Like
know that.
resend it out and just be like,
Yeah.
hey, it's at the top of your inbox. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great idea. Yeah.
Because
I know some people last year mentioned that they didn't get a chance to fill it out because they had so much other things to do and then totally forgot about it until the deadline was gone. So I think a reminder would be
Yeah.
a good thing. Yeah.
Well, and we could even send it out just like every week, like once a week, like on Monday or something like that. That way it's like, hey, you've got until this time, whatever. And then it's just always at the top of their inbox. That's a great idea.
It out to us for your evaluation.
I'm assuming Becky or
Becky, are you gonna
whoever
send it
sends
out
that
to the board?
Yes, I'll share the board survey link with the board and Jackie's link with her.
Go for that.
Okay. I guess that we don't have anything we have to decide there. That's just a report. Okay, are we ready to move on to B? Consider the approval of the survey form. Do we have what are we approving here?
When I wrote the agenda, I thought we were gonna have
Copy of it
a
or
copy, or at least be able to see it, so.
And I mean, I can pull it up on my laptop, or can I send it to you and you can pull it up?
I can't, I would be afraid I would mess everything up. If I tried to do it.
I have all of them in PDF form. I could share an email or share them with everyone so they can look over them that way. Does everybody want to look over it right now?
They can come
I
back.
don't get my Google on my phone, so.
I don't either.
Can you just read us the questions? You said there's, how many is there?
There's 30 on the staff form, 38, or wait, 25, I'm sorry, on the, I'm getting all my numbers mixed up now. Most is 25 questions with 6 long form questions.
I can
So
I can pull it up on my phone and everyone can look at it on my phone. I mean, I don't mind.
Well, this is the director evaluation form, just it, right?
It's
That's
just
our-
it, yeah,
Yeah.
the director, yeah.
Yeah, we do all the other, everybody
Yeah.
else's, yeah. And we did change our forms this year too, so, like the staff are gonna get to evaluate their supervisors. So this will be the first time for that, so. Yeah. So we're looking forward to seeing how that goes this year.
Would you like me to read questions, or is somebody there going to read the questions?
I mean, what would you guys prefer? Would you rather have the questions read, or would you like to look at it?
Why don't you just read them? I think it'll take less time than for all of us.
Yeah, that doesn't
Quicker,
make
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them were pretty short. I mean, if they're similar to what they have been.
Or Becky could read them.
Yeah, Becky, I'm getting it pulled up. Do you want to read them?
I can. I'd have to get it pulled up. Sorry, I have lots of different tabs open.
Okay, and you guys want to read the board library director evaluation survey, correct?
Right.
Okay. All right, so one of the other things that we changed was having the ratings be 1, 2, 3. So 1 needs improvement, 2 meets expectations, and 3 is outstanding. So the first question is, the director consistently applies library policies and procedures. And then I'll tell you, so that's a 1, 2, 3, and I'll tell you if it's like feedback. And then you can provide feedback if it's a 1, if you gave a 1. The director ensures the services offered meet the goals and objectives of the strategic plan and are carried out with the staff and board. Then the director responds appropriately to challenges and difficult situations. Again, on all these, if you have a 1, you can provide feedback. The director successfully manages day-to-day operations of the library. The director ensures a personal accountability among all staff. The director handles sensitive information appropriately. Adequate control and accounting of all funds take place. Library uses sound financial practices. The budget is prepared with input from staff and trustees. The library operates within budget guidelines. Official records and documents are maintained. Library is in compliance with federal, state, and local regulations and requirements. Funds are dispersed in accordance with budget, contract, grant requirements, and donor designations. The director and/or designee she assigns seeks grant opportunities. The director provides appropriate, adequate, and timely information to the board. The director ensures support and training is provided to the trustees. The director informs the board on the condition of the organization, its facilities, and all factors influencing it. The director works effectively with the board. The director ensures board decisions are implemented in a timely manner. The director comes to the board meetings prepared. The director is aware of district needs and keeps library services aligned with trends in the community. The director maintains cooperative working relationships with government officials, community groups, and organizations. The director ensures facilities, collections, and operations are maintained at a reliable standard. The director demonstrates expertise and skill and knowledge within areas relevant to the The director encourages innovation, creativity, and supports new ideas that serve the library district. The director ensures job descriptions are developed, kept current, and regular performance evaluations are held and documented. The director supports staff training, growth, and development opportunities. The director communicates clearly and keeps people informed about important updates. And then, so these are the long-form questions. What do you believe is the main strength of the library director? Is there one area where additional focus or support you feel would benefit the director or the library district? And then please share any specific examples, positive or challenging, that you feel are important for this evaluation.
So my question is, after the evaluations are done, and they're turned in, or the time span, then what happens?
Becky, you wanted to explain that?
Those are then compiled, and we have a report that we give to the board. And usually that happens at the end, I think, of the January meeting. Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe it's December. When we're in closed session, we ask Jackie to leave, we talk, go over the results, and then we invite her back, and she gets to see the report, the comments, and we give her a report to keep in her file.
So if there is any, let's say, concerns that are expressed by any of the entities, then does the evaluation committee address that with Jackie? Does the board address that with Jackie? I'm not saying there's gonna be, but I just wanna know what the plan
Good
is,
question.
especially if there's something that comes, that we're not caught off guard, that we have a plan in place if there's a concern.
So what Becky said, whenever that's all compiled, and we have the meeting, we'll have a closed session, and the board will look at all of that information, we'll talk about it.
And that's handled then.
And then and if there's a problem, then we talk about it then,
Cool, okay.
and, yeah. And
Got it.
then when we're done talking, then we have Jackie come in and we
So that you get,
talk to her
Okay.
about what we've discussed.
cool.
Does that,
No, that's
Clear.
explained exactly. I just wanted to make sure there's a plan if that situation happens or whatever.
yeah, that's a good
So
question.
then if it does, not that there's gonna be, but
Yeah.
how does it follow
You're
up
making me
then?
nervous now.
Sorry, I'm learning too.
Yeah.
But how does that, when does it follow up? Not till the next evaluation then, or what happens?
Oh, I guess it's something we would probably deal with it right then and
It
there.
really depends. I would say it depends on what it is.
Yeah, right,
You know,
right.
I mean, if it's something that requires disciplinary action, I would assume that you would do that. And then if it was an action plan, just like kind of we do with the rest of the staff, then there would be periodic check-ins as far as that goes. So
Yeah,
you would follow the progressive discipline, procedure at that
Yeah,
point.
it's in the handbook.
Yeah, I think if there's a problem, we would handle it.
But honestly, I should have already known about a problem before we get to the evaluation, if it's that
That's what
big.
I said.
Yeah.
That way if we're caught off guard by
Right,
something,
right.
then we have a plan of action
Mhm.
to be able to address it so that it's handled and yet the employee feels like that they were at least recognized, the issue was recognized and
Yeah.
then obviously hopefully solved.
Right,
So,
yeah,
okay.
that makes sense, okay.
And I feel like we have some leeway on, there's a difference between something that may need to be addressed and something that is a concern.
Yeah, sure.
And so I just, anything that we've ever asked you, she's, done,
Yeah.
and then reported back where we were. So
Yeah, okay.
so we do have a process.
That's a good
Yeah.
question, though. You've not done this, so
Right.
it's good to be informed. I appreciate that you're willing to ask and know what's going on.
Well, I always prefer to have a plan rather than not.
Be blindsided, right? Yeah.
Well, you as well. I mean, just how the whole process
Yeah.
works.
Did that answer your question, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Any other
Thank you.
questions? Okay, so what we have to do now is give approval to that survey so that we can use it and give it out. So do I hear a motion to that?
Yeah, I make a motion that we approve the director evaluation form survey, give it out to the library
Okay, and the board.
and the board.
Do I hear a second?
I second it.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded that approve the directory evaluation form survey for the board and the employees. Any discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. That was
Okay.
all ayes, Becky.
Just to
That was all right.
verify, the motion was by Rhonda and the second was by Claire?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry. Thank you for asking. I forget to do that when you're on my, okay. Next on the agenda is the foundation board application, and this is not a board member for our board, this is for the foundation that we're approving. And as I understand it, we appoint the board members for the foundation. And so, and it's not like our board that has to go through the commission, we appoint it and then it's done. Correct. Yeah.
So now I have a question. What is this board? What is this foundation board? Yeah, sure.
The foundation,
Raises money, or supposed to
that
raise
is
money.
supposed to raise money and use that money for the betterment of the library. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that, I mean.
That's fine. I
That's
guess, yeah.
And it
basically
is the
what they-
board that makes the decisions for the foundation,
Okay.
like this one does.
So if they're going to have a fundraiser, do they have to get it approved through us?
No, but we do appoint the people, so.
Okay, can we have a list of those folks somewhere?
Yeah, I don't have it here with me, but yeah, I have a contact list just like y'all's, for the foundation members, so I can share that. you guys.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I just like to have that.
Sure.
See who that is. And how big a board is it?
Same as,
10,
ours.
it's
Okay,
10.
10, and then,
And they only meet quarterly?
yes.
Yeah. So 4 times a year?
And then, whoever the board president is, for our board serves as a liaison, and then I serve as a liaison,
Okay.
to the board, so we go to the meetings
Okay.
and
And so what kind of fundraising have they done in the past?
book sales so far.
Oh, like at the individual branches?
Since I've been here, it's
Okay.
just the book sales.
Not a whole lot, Rhonda.
Well, but there is money.
There is money, yeah.
You can probably explain how.
So do they handle the ones like memorials and things like that? Do they handle
Some of
that?
them, if they are donated to the foundation.
Yeah.
Some are not, some are given directly to the library, others are given to the foundation. And then if it's designated for a specific branch, then we track that so that every branch, so there's like a general fund, and then there's one for all the branches, and then there's a few that have it also, and then they have another one as a building fund, so.
So are we appointing someone to be on their
To
board?
be on there.
Okay. Rachel Owens is the one, that's
That's the only application that I received, yeah.
Yeah, and it should be in your
Yeah.
thing.
Yes, it is.
Rachel
Thank you.
Owens is her name. And so,
But they have seen Rachel. I mean, they are.
One of their board members, one of the board members recommended Rachel, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to have a list of that. Because I'm thinking, is that in our financial report and I completely missed it?
No,
No,
that's not.
okay.
It's
They
in
have
their
a
financial
separate-
report.
they have a
Okay,
separate,
at some point in time, should we see that? See what they have?
Well, I mean, I can certainly give it to you if you want, but you guys are completely, totally separate organizations.
Okay.
So even though their organization was created to support the
Okay.
library, they are two separate,
Okay,
complete
okay, all right,
organizations.
then not necessary. Okay, I just thought that was.
But I can certainly share it with you if you
Well,
want, if you're curious.
No, I thought, well, that must be a board that we oversee or something, so it's
No.
something completely different, okay.
There's only, so you guys appoint their board members. If they want to make changes to their bylaws, you guys have to ratify those. And it seems like there's one other thing.
Apparently they're under the same umbrella.
Yes,
Okay.
and so, and then they have to give a annual report to this board.
And when is that?
Just where the board president, their board president comes and gives a report, when is September?
Yeah, we have that.
yeah. And then
Okay, I'll go
she-
back and look at those.
Yeah.
Just kind of what they've done for the year.
Okay.
I also try to, sometimes I forget, or their meeting got tabled and they didn't didn't have a quorum. And so I try to send out the minutes, so.
Okay, all right, that helps, thank you.
You're welcome.
The Trails Library website's got a significant page.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Got a lot of details.
Yeah, okay.
okay, so the one application we have is Rachel Owens, it's in your packet, and so you said the board, that their board is aware?
We have never sent them to the board for recommendations, like how the process that
Oh,
we
okay.
do.
I thought you
This
said
is the
that.
process, how it always was whenever I came, was that all the applications come to me, I submit them to you guys, and you guys either
Okay.
say yes or no.
Okay, so is there any questions about the application, or do I hear a motion, yea or nay?
I move to accept Rachel Owens. She looks like a very good. I second.
Okay, Mo.
Heather.
Okay.
Heather second. It was
Okay, motion's been made and seconded that we, accept Rachel Owens or approve Rachel Owens as a board member for the, Trails Foundation. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carried. So now, my question is, you just can contact her like you do us, and then that gets taken
And I
care of.
let the foundation.
And you let
board
the
know.
foundation know, okay.
Yep,
And
and they'll
so-
have a new
so
board
there's-
member at their next.
There's
meeting.
really nothing else we have to do.
That's
Okay,
it.
that is it, okay.
Okay, I have a question. This may be out of order since I don't exactly understand yet when the questions, but I do want to ask about this, Lori Higginbaum, who sent us a report about the taxes.
Yeah.
There's no heading on this, on mine, and so I have no idea what these figures compete with. I mean, I get that it says library, but but I don't understand what the columns are. Can someone help me with that?
Yeah, there's your columns. I only sent you the side that had the library on there, but at the top, that gives you what the columns.
Yeah, we had this discussion
Sorry, I
in my
didn't
kitchen
realize
this
that.
morning.
Yeah,
I was like,
I looked at it and I
what?
went, oh, what is this? Yeah, so what are the columns?
Okay,
Do you
they
want me to
want
read
my
it?
side, yeah, I wanted
Yeah.
to do that.
So, the first column is, like the entity, so the taxing entity. So
Yeah.
that's where the library should say that.
Uh-huh.
Then it's what, amount that's on the tax books.
So like,
Like the evaluation, the assessed valuation.
Yes, assessed valuation. So that should be basically what we should be pulling in as my
like the
understanding.
percentage or whatever,
Mhm.
yeah.
And then after they've applied Senate Bill 190, all the people that applied for that
Mhm.
senior tax credit,
Is the next one.
is the next one, and then the difference, is the final column there.
So
That
that
should be how it would affect us.
That's the reduction that we would,
So technically, yeah, I'm gonna say only 17,000, because I thought it was gonna be huge. So this is, I mean, it's a cut, but it's
But you
not,
also have to realize it's only for Lafayette.
I know.
So I haven't got
know.
Johnson's numbers yet. But I also was told that because, some of the assessments are going up, it may not be, they're hoping that it's gonna be more of a wash for us.
So these are the people who were approved or applied and approved. Okay.
And by statute, I didn't realize it, but all the counties have to provide this. So by the end of this month. So I should be getting something soon from.
So this is last year's assessment?
No, this is this year.
This year's? Okay.
Yeah.
So, I guess, I mean, 17,000 is not as bad, right?
No, not what I was expecting. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. but-
17,000, when you don't already have like a ton of money, though, $17,000, like, I would love to just be given $17,000, and I'd be super pissed if someone took that away. So, what is your thoughts, plans, immediate feelings?
So my plan is, once I get the one from Johnson County, then I work with our admin team, to see if there's areas we can kind of pull back on. Just because when we budgeted, we didn't know how much, and so we're gonna have to, anticipate that we're not gonna get that, or at least part of
What
that.
did you budget for a loss, or just some sort of percent cut as it was? I mean,
No.
no,
Because we
okay.
had no clue.
So you didn't even know?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's places built in that we can kind of pull from, so we put like miscellaneous capital in there, so we use that to do as many projects as we can, so we can pull from that. We also have an emergency fund that's in all of our budgets, that's
Now-
60,000.
With the foundation, would they make up some of that money that was lost?
That would be a question for them. We would have to go, to them and have a request usually for something specific.
Okay, so you wouldn't be like, hey, due to, Senate bill, yeah, you would have to say, I need a new printer that's going to be $500 and
Or
because
this branch needs this.
Yeah,
things
okay.
like that. What was I gonna say?
And some of their money is designated anyway, people who leave the board
Okay.
a lot of times leave it for specific things, like the infrastructure of the Concordia Library,
Okay.
or,
Certain kinds of
programs
books.
at this particular library. So
Certain kind of books?
We do have something like that, don't we?
So our designated gift, maybe not necessarily the foundation, but, we do have some that it's just very, very specific. Like one was like, books on books on audio, cassette tape, which they don't even sell those anymore. So our auditor was like, okay, well, the next thing, so you could do books on CD. So they did that, and then it was like very specific, like British mystery books, and, very, very specific.
I didn't know that. Wow, that's
Some are just general,
Yeah.
library, some are.
like earmarked.
Specific, yeah.
We have one that's just children's programming, so that gives us a wide range of things.
My favorite author.
Capital or building improvement, right, or just depends on what they gave it to us for.
How much money does the foundation have in like a general fund?
I'm gonna say it's like 200 and something thousand right now.
So like they're,
Yeah, I think it's 200 some odd thousand right now. Of course, they did just, cash out, CD with Edward Jones to pay on the Odessa building principal. So that was like 41,600 and something, I think, is what they just paid on our principal for our Odessa.
Okay. They have it set up within themselves for auditing and accountability and all that?
Their books get audited with our books.
Okay, all right.
It'll be interesting to see next year if we have the same reduction, because people have to redo this every year.
Yeah.
People do.
Mhm.
And, you know, it's a production for a lot of people, and so everybody did it the first time, but I'm wondering whether it will dwindle off because people get tired of doing it.
And is it gonna be enough of a discount?
And they're gonna forget
make it
it.
worth it.
Nobody's gonna say anything. They're just gonna expect you to do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're expected to roll over.
Yeah.
I have another question. Under the cities, they have Hig, which is Higginsville, and then they have another one right underneath it that says Hig L. What is
I'm
that?
assuming that's the Higginsville Library. I'm not sure.
Oh, because they have a separate one.
Yeah, that's not Park Trail.
That would be my guess. but
Yeah,
I don't know for
probably.
sure.
Yeah.
And my understanding is that the foundation is redoing their bylaws.
Bylaws, correct.
Yeah. For updating for how.
Taken a while, but yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, they only meet quarterly too, so
Yeah, it takes longer.
Jackie, I'd appreciate maybe just a list of those folks that serves on that.
yeah, I will just share that, either next meeting or I'll send it out in an
That's
email.
fine.
Yeah, as an attachment, so.
I have one other question. Somewhere in here, I read about First Amendment training that there was a group that went to. Can somebody explain that?
A First Amendment audit is where people come into a public building. Are you familiar with this, Dan? You know, First Amendment audits, or do you guys get those at the parks? Okay. Sometimes like post office, they'll go to City Hall, they come to libraries a lot. But basically, they come in, they're recording, and they're trying to get you to violate their rights.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Gotcha.
Whoever the person is that's doing
Oh,
it.
individual.
It's usually
like
somebody that
civilian.
has a social media
It's a gotcha
presence,
thing.
and they're gonna put it out in social media
Okay.
that you violated their rights. And so, we have to kind of train our staff, because the first instinct is, whoa, I don't want to be filmed, or a lot of patrons are like that. And so our staff have to know what to do, and so we did training on that.
So what do you do?
So basically, as long as they're not in like designated staff areas, and it really depends on what your policy is. So, I think ours says that they have to, get permission from patrons before they can film them. So they still have to be held to our policies. But other than that is you just try not to make a scene, because that's what they're wanting. So as long as they see that you're not gonna do that, they're gonna walk around and they're gone, because they're not getting what they want.
Yeah, right.
And it helps for staff to know what
What it is.
rights are.
Mhm.
Yeah, what it is.
Because they're very good at working at the police station. They're very good at telling you what their rights are, and it'd be better to know what they are.
Yeah. Did you have to deal with that when you worked at the police station?
How long did
So
you
you know
work?
what I'm talking about.
I just worked for a couple of years, part-time at the front desk. It's quite entertaining.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, that'd be very interesting.
Oh, the story.
Well, I appreciate that, because I honestly have never heard of
Yeah.
it.
That's the real
A lot of
question.
our-
Family.
I did see some people.
Oh, be alerted of it, absolutely.
I'm a retired teacher, so I would see.
Oh, yeah. So you know too many
Sometimes in
people.
good ways.
Anything else? I think we've gone through all of our business. You have any announcements?
I do not,
Anybody
unless
have an
anybody had any
announcement of
other
anything?
questions.
Okay, then, let's adjourn this meeting, and I need,
No, you don't adjourn it yet.
No, I move we.
oh,
go-
that's right.
I
That's
move-
okay.
I move this is Jane, I move we go into closed session.
Dan, I'll second.
I'm not here, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and then we gotta kick you out, sorry.
Motion has been made and seconded to adjourn to closed session. Do we have to vote?
Yes,
Yeah.
has to be roll.
All right, Becky, can you, call a vote, please?
Sure. Heather?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Claire? Rhonda? Patty?
Yes?
Goldie?
Yes?
Dan?
Yes.
Jane,
Yes.
and Becky, yes.
Okay, so,
I need to,
motion carried, yeah.
I need to, stop the live stream. Does anybody need to take a quick break, debrief or anything?
Do we need to close the door?
gonna pass out information.
No, I think it's not gonna be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
gonna pass out information.
Okay. So now we're, when she gets done, we'll be in closed session, so.
Thank you, guys.